Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. I need you to be crazy. Be very crazy. Be irrational. Be delusional. Because only the ones who are delusional and crazy enough to dream of, of goals, of things they want to achieve that is beyond imagination. Only the ones who are willing to think big, dream big dreams, crazy dreams, delusional dreams, meaning, can I do this? Can I do that? No, it's not possible. It's impossible. The ones who dream and think that they cannot do certain things, right? But then they say, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. And then they go for it. Eventually, if you are crazy enough and delusional enough and irrational enough and unreasonable enough, then eventually you can do the impossible, right? So, the problem with being reasonable and rational is, and logical is, that you are going to let it limit you, because your mind will limit you up to where you think, okay, I know I didn't do this in the past, so in the future, how can I rationally, logically, reasonably expect that I'm going to achieve that? No, that is impossible. For example, there's a guy, Benjamin Hardy, Dr. Benjamin Hardy, he says, don't go for 2x goals. Don't double your goal and say, okay, I'm going to try and do twice as much as I'm going to do this year. He says, no, 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 no. Do 10 times more. And then, if that is not crazy enough, he says, because 10 times more is easier than doing it 2 times more. Doesn't that sound silly? Doesn't that sound crazy? It's crazy, right? But then he gives you the science, he gives you the psychology, he gives you the experience, he gives you the evidence. He shows you that it has worked. It has worked. Now here's the thing. Are you being crazy enough to believe you can do your dreams? You can go after your dreams, pursue your dreams, and eventually get it? Do you believe you can do it? Because what is stopping you? Who is stopping you? The only person is you. Now, we let the opinions of other people maybe get in our way, and so we say, no, I don't want to go for that goal. If I'm going to go for that goal and I fail, how am I going to look? How am I going to look? Because people are already going to say to me, no, you can't do that. Why? Because it's unreasonable. Why? Because it's not logical. Why? Because it's impossible. So then, because we want to play it safe, we want to be in our comfort zone, we are going to say to them, okay, fine, I'm not going to do it. I'll just do this little bit. Is this okay? I'm just going to do it till this level. Is it okay? And no, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. And then inside, how do you feel? You don't feel that great. Why? Because inside, we have infinite potential, right? We have so much inside of us, potential. Our intelligence, if we really work for it, it will astound us. It's amazing. It's astonishing. If I have to tell you how many billions of connections of neurons there are in the brain, if I must give you some information about that, it would blow your mind, right? It will blow your mind. The point is that there is so many things that we have that's going for us. So the only question is, why don't we go for it? And the answer is, we, like I said, opinions of other people. Most of the time, it's just the fear of looking silly. The fear of people who's going to look at us and say, are you trying that? Do you want to do that? Are you sure you want to do that? You do want to do that? You're going to look silly. You're not going to be okay. Are you sure you want to do that? So, are you prepared to look silly? Are you prepared to be called crazy? Are you prepared to be unreasonable, irrational, illogical, but then you go for what you really want? Because you know what? Your life, you've got one life, only one life, right? And at the end of it, from my point of view, as far as I know, at the end of my life, when I die, I'm going to be held accountable for my life. What did you do with your life? What did you do with your potential? What did you do with your intelligence? So I cannot decide I'm going to do nothing because I'm thinking, but one day I'm going to be asked about my life on earth. So what do I want to put in place? So now, for that reason, I feel that is something that brings me to life, because I want to make sure that I want to rather live my life as big as I can, right? So therefore, I have to go for impossible goals. You can go for impossible goals. I know, because I'm human and you are human, right? You are human. On the other side of the screen, on the other side of this camera, I know you are human. I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm talking to you because I can talk to you because I know you are human. And I know the question is, answer this question for me. Can you honestly say that you have really gone for what you really believe you can do? Have you really done all that you could? And I know most people, when they're just honest, immediately you can say no, I know it's not, right? So why do we stop ourselves? Why do we not just go and do it, right? Like I say, obviously, fear of something, fear of other people's opinion. Somebody's going to say something and they're going to hurt my feelings and all these things, right? Which is a question in itself, right? Why do we do it, right? Why do we do it? Why do we hurt other people's feelings? So, there's one point for you. Do not hurt other people's feelings. Do your best not to hurt other people's feelings. That's just a bonus. Right? So what are you going to do? Are you going to go for your dream that is impossible? Now, Benjamin Hardy, I mentioned Benjamin Hardy, right? Right, Elon Musk, we can say many things about him, but one thing you can definitely confirm, and he has had some amazing big dreams. So I'm just talking about him now in terms of his dreams, his vision, he's going for it. Massive dreams. The guy said that, I want to send a rocket to space or up, and then I want it to return, and it must be able to be reused again. And people were like, oh no, how can you, one person who know nothing about rockets, how can you say that you want to do this? How can you say you want to do it? NASA has been, trying some things for so many years. They have massive big budget, and then here you come and you say you want to do this. Don't make sense. And so when he tried it the first time and it was not yet done, people were like thinking definitely impossible and insane. And then it exploded, right? The rocket exploded, and then he tried it again. I don't know how many times he tried it, but eventually he got it right. Now, where did it start? It started with an impossible dream. It started by how many people calling him crazy. Now we look at him and we say, okay, but he's Elon Musk. I'm not Elon Musk. The point is, you and I and everyone, we have potential, we have talent, we have intelligence. The mere fact that if you can hear me and you understand what I'm saying, then you have no excuse. I have no excuse. You have no excuse. Everybody can do what Elon Musk has done. Maybe, if we want to play it safe, we can say maybe not at that scale. But the only difference is he did exactly what Steve Jobs did. In terms of, he asked himself the question, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? So it's a version of that question, right? It's looking yourself in the mirror and asking, is this how I want my life to be? Is this how I want my life to end? In other words, what do I want to accomplish in my life? What is stopping you? Don't let anything stop you. I'm not giving you a license to go so crazy that you become rude and you are just doing whatever you want to do, and no, I'm not talking about that kind of do crazy stuff. There is some kind of a system there to some degree. In other words, be an ethical person, be a person with morals, be a person with values, be respectful of human beings, right? But do not, for the sake of the fact that you are afraid somebody's opinion is going to hurt your feelings, that is not you. That is somebody else's opinion of you, which means that is somebody else who is not having the right way of existing, relating to you. Now, just because somebody else is not relating properly to you, doesn't mean you must stop your goals. and you must stop your dreams, you know. Obviously, I would like people to have the best of relationships. I want people to have the most respect for each other. I would like them to be able to have conversations and communicate, you know. But so that's something you can always be working on. But in the meantime, your goals are important because you have been put on this earth for a purpose and for a reason. And one of the most important things is, the question is, how much benefit can you bring to humanity, to society? You know, we like to say this thing about, I want to help the world, or I want to save the world, you know, or I want to have an impact on the world, or something like that. We all have this idea of, so I want to make a difference in the world. I want to make the world a better place. So when I leave, the world should be a better place. Now the question is, how much better? Because yes, it can be better, a little bit. Because what did you do? You only decided, I'm going to go for this much of my goal. So let me just add, decide on a goal, decide on a why, decide on a purpose that your goal fits into, and let that purpose align to your soul and to your values and your principles. Because when it aligns to your soul, your values, your principles, then it has more drive, it has more energy, and you can achieve so much more. So that when inevitably the times come, the tough times, you know, the setbacks and the obstacles, then you're going to have the energy to go through it. Because your goal, your purpose is a worthy goal. Because your goal and your purpose is a worthy goal, which means it's based on integrity, it's based on truthfulness, it's based on respect for humanity, it's based on the fact that you want to be helping. So knowing that your goal is such a goal, it's a noble goal, it's a worthy goal, for this reason then, go for your biggest goal, go for your most daring and audacious goal. Let nothing stop you. Let nothing stop you. But when I say let nothing stop you, again, I don't mean be rude, be, you know, in any way harmful to anyone. So let nothing stop you, but do it in a respectable way. Do it in the best way that you can possibly do, right? So go out there, be crazy, be very, very crazy, be delusional, say that you are going to do something so absolutely amazing, people will be blown away, and then go and do it. Because like Benjamin Hardy says, Dr. Benjamin Hardy, he says 10x is easier than 2x. Find out why he says that. Find out why he says that. Because it sounds amazing, but it is actually true. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Now go and be crazy. Go and be crazy.